Vivek, thank you very much for joining us here today. Can you expand a little bit on your thesis for why Nvidia is such a good pick in this space?
Thanks, Courtney. Thanks for having me. I think we are in very early stages of AI adoption when we look at the kind of workloads that are emerging across cloud, across enterprise, across supercomputing. There are a lot more images, there are a lot more video, there's a lot more voice. And the way to handle that is a right recipe of hardware and software and silicon and developer resources. And NVIDIA is kind of the one-stop shop for those products. And I think its scale and its execution enables it to achieve the maximum adoption of its technology across a range of these workloads.
Why do you say, in particular, expanding use cases across cloud? This seems to be a really crowded space that everyone wants a piece of. Why is NVIDIA going to do it better than others?
Sure, absolutely. So in all our the analysis that we did and the industry checks that we did, we estimate that the adoption of NVIDIA's silicon in terms of AI acceleration is still under 5 to 6% of all the servers that are being deployed today. And that can more than double, and in some cases, get towards 30% over time. If you think about cloud, cloud is offering a lot of mass customization that when they have to offer recommendations, whether it's movie recommendations or shopping recommendations or offer real-time advertising, you need a lot of highly advanced scientific computation tools. You need a lot of artificial intelligence tools to make that happen. And to be successful in that market, you need a level of scale in a specific technology in semiconductors called parallel computing. And over the last 10 years, NVIDIA has been perfecting that first on its gaming products, and now it's in data center products. And I think that really enables them to continue to be the leader in this market.
Vivek, I know you're bullish about the outlook for growth of both revenue and earnings for this company, but I'm interested in your price target increase from $800 to $900, in large part coming by using a better multiple, 47 times 2022 earnings rather than 42 times before that. That's really what's driven the price target increase, right? And it's a pretty steep multiple.
Sure, Will. I think that the way to think about the company is that it is going to be driven by the growth outlook over the next 3 to 5 years. Again, because we are in very early stages of the adoption of its technology. And I remember, the price target on NVIDIA has been steadily moving up. I still remember the time and when it used to be $20, then $30, then $100, then $200. What has really structurally gone up for NVIDIA over time is the market size that is available to them. I would say close to $100 billion opportunity across gaming, across artificial intelligence. And every year that goes by, they're able to come up with the unique set of hardware and software and services to make that happen. And if you look at that technology that started in gaming, now it's going on in the data center, that technology is the same one that is going to be used in autonomous cars, in smart cities, in very high level of AI processing, even for telecom operators. I think that's why using a higher multiple makes sense for NVIDIA.
And Vivek, you've got that price target, as Wolf pointed out, of 900, but we're about 750, 751 right now. What's the biggest risk between the levels now and getting to 900 for NVIDIA?
Sure. Like any premium stock, the multiples are exposed to the volatility in the market, right? We see these daily rotations between growth and the cyclicals. I think that certainly impacts multiples. But when we take a long-term look at the fundamentals of the company, we think that all the roads of growth in semiconductors eventually lead to this one unique company. And in semiconductors, scale is extremely important. You have to be big to get the right manufacturing capacity, to hire the right set of people, to have the right set of software and developer resources. And once you get to that scale, then competition, right, gets very hard. Right, it becomes very hard for the competition to come and displace you. And I think that's what NVIDIA has created. So I would say market volatility is probably just the biggest risk for the stock.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.